Hello students, in this session we will discuss about the project ideas required for 12th standard computer science students. So according to the board, you are supposed to do a project with Python. At the back end, we need to use MySQL. So whatever project you are going to design, we will do it based on Python MySQL combination. So that's why you are taught MySQL commands followed by Python MySQL connectivity programs so that you can do your projects easily using this coding. Okay. So first let us discuss the steps that you need to design. How should you design your project? First, decide the title. What title you're going to do? I mean, like, is it a supermarket billing system, a student report card management system, or whatever title? The topic, and then the problem statement. What are you going to achieve in your project? What is the required input from the user? What are you going to design? What output are you going to give for the user? What are all the different options that are required by the user? So that problem statement should be mentioned then. After your problem statement is defined, once you are clear about what your project is going to solve, you can start designing the tables that are required for your project. After designing the table, you will create a Python code that will create the database and the table that is required for the project. I will also explain you why you need to create the table from Python and not directly in MySQL. Then fill in the records, the initial records, some 4 or 5 records to check if your program is working well. Then give your actual coding, the main program, how your project works. For that, you need to create the Python code. The first Python code is to create the backend, that is the MySQL tables, and the next Python program will be to create the actual project. So once your coding is ready, check your project for errors and then test your project for different kinds of outputs and check if it is working well. After that, go in for your documentation. Now first, I will give you some ideas for choosing the project. So here is a list of very commonly used projects. Apart from this, you can use any problem that you see around you, any business, anybody who requires a project, you can take that as your idea. The first one is the student management system, where you can design a project for a school administration where student admission history is entered, fees collection data, date of admission, and other details. Everything that is required for managing a student. This will not include marks. You can have a different program called report card generation, because student management system, report card generation, both are entirely very big projects. So combining both will make it very difficult for you to complete the project. Report card generation is separate. You can do it as a separate project where you will have the student details and you will ask the user to type the marks and you will generate the report card. Then payroll system is to calculate salary for the employees of an organization. So you will have the details of the employees, like the personal details, what is their designation, what is their basic pay, and after that the attendance, like how many days of leave, what is the additions, deductions, and finally what is the net pay. All those things can be done using payroll system. Library management, as you all know, the book details will be available, the customer details will also be available, what are the books that the user is going to borrow, what is the date of return, all those things has to be done in library management. Hospital billing system is the patient bill has to be prepared. What are all the different treatments that was given, what are the different things that are to be added in the bill, the doctor's fees, the medicine bill, test, what are the different tests that were done for the patient, what is the total bill amount, and other details can be done in hospital billing system. Hospital management system is different. Like you will have the list of doctors, list of patients. You can book appointments for patients, whether they have come come for the appointment, and token system. All that you can do in hospital management system. Event management, you can do a project for an event management company where all the events that are arranged by the company will be readily available. A user can choose which event they want to book for and what are all the additional options that are there in event management. What are the options that they require, whether they want food to be provided, decorations, gifts, return gifts and other things, what are the things that are required, everything they can book in event management system. You can also have a payment system like billing for that. And stock management is very much necessary for any company. So say for example, you're doing stock management system for a pharmaceutical company, that is a pharmacy. So you will have a list of medicines, and every week the worker will be updating the stock. So what are the different kinds of medicines that are available, what was the initial stock, and after the week how many medicines were sold, what is the left out amount, and which are the medicines that required to be ordered. All the reports you can generate. That is stock management system. Restaurant billing system, this is a very simple one, because you know what is done in a restaurant billing system. You will have a list of items. Once the user has finished eating, he needs a bill to be paid. So the restaurant manager will type the bill that is required. He will choose the products, how many dishes were ordered, what was the total amount of bill, what is the GST, all those things will be calculated and the bill amount will be generated. Then the supermarket billing system again will have the list of products in a supermarket. What is the customer buying, or the bill number, the bill date, what are the products that were bought by the customer, what is the total amount of the bill. So all these things are small ideas that you could use for developing your project, whichever is your area of interest. Apart from this, there are so many other projects which you can choose. These are some commonly used things, because when you want to solve a project, when you want to do a project, first you should have a good information about the working of the system. Generally, you children know how a restaurant billing, how a restaurant bill will look like, what a supermarket bill is, how it looks like, and hospital bill, library management, the student report card generation. These are things that you know, you are very well informed about all this. So you can easily choose topics like that. Apart from that, if you are interested in any other specific projects like booking system, ticket booking system, ticket booking system for cinema theaters or cinema halls, then any party booking system, whatever you want, even bus reservation system you can do, then banking system you can do, debit credit, how much amount the user is withdrawing, how much he is depositing, what is the balance amount, that can also be done. If you are an account student, if you are a business study student, you can take concepts based on that, even GST calculation, auditing information, you can even do for balance sheet generation. All that you can do in your project. So choose a project about which you know very well. Okay. Now, let me take an example. Before we start coding, I will take the example of supermarket billing system. So I am going to define the problem statement. What am I going to do in this project? I am going to develop a project for a supermarket which will allow the user to store the details of all the products sold in my shop. Then I will allow the user, when I say user, I mean not the person who is buying the products, the person who is billing in the supermarket. A person will be sitting in the billing computer and he will enter all the details of the product. So my project is going to help that person to prepare the bill. Okay. So user here means the person who is doing the billing. So I will allow the user to add new products. Whenever a new product is added in my supermarket, I will enter the detail, edit. Suppose there is an increase in price, there is a drop in price, you need to edit the price. Then delete. Suppose a product is no more in supply, I'm going to delete that product. You can do that very well. Then after doing addition, deletion, I need to prepare the bill. So once I prepare the bill, every day I will keep on generating bills. Suppose the owner wants to view some reports. What is the today's sales made? What is the total sales? How many products were sold? Or one particular product, what is the total sales made on that product? Or what is the amount of sales for this entire month? Or which product is sold more, which product is sold less. So these reports are optional. The basic project requirement is You have to have a master table which will contain the details of products. We will have a transaction table where you will prepare the bill. These two tables are mandatory for a project. Once you finish this, your project will get over. But apart from that, if you are interested, you can do all these reports. Not only this, you can also add charts or graphs to make it more colorful and attractive. Next, we will move on to table design. I am making the project as simple as possible so that you need not spend more time for designing the project. But if you're really interested, you can make the project very big. Like here, I have discussed only two tables, product table, bill table. Product table contains product ID like P001, P002, like that. The name of the product, quantity means the weight, 50 grams, 100 grams, 1 liter, 2 liters, that way. And the unit price. Then the billing table will have the bill number, the date of the bill, what is the product, how many pieces, what is the amount for that product. I'm not having an option. Phone number is the person or the customer who is buying the item. Now, I have not given a provision for total amount. Why? Because I need not waste space for that. Say, bill number 1 has 10 products. Bill number 1, date, product name, amount. Bill number 1, date, another product name, amount. It will have 10 items. So, if you just select sum of amount where bill number equal to 1, you will get the total bill amount. You need not you need not have a separate field for storing the total bill amount. Okay, so you can, while displaying, you can find the total amount of the bill. Okay, in case you're going to make it very detailed, you have some option like tax or GST or any other discount or whatever, you can add some more fields here. So it is up to you to make it big. The project can be designed in a very proper way. You can make it in detail. It depends on your interest. Next, the first Python program is, first you have to have a Python program like a startup file. The startup file will contain the coding to create the database and the tables required for your project. Now generally my suggestion is, don't go to MySQL and create your database and project. Why? Because when you create a project, a database and table, add all the records in a computer, suppose you want to take your project file to your school to give a demo, then all the tables will be created in your computer. It is hard for you to create a table for the second time in your school, add all the records for the second time. Lot of time will be wasted. So instead, you write the coding in Python to create the database, table, insert records, everything. So wherever you want your program to run, you can just take that Python startup file and run that in the system immediately. Just in a few seconds, your database, your table, your records, everything will be ready for your program. You need not go to MySQL and create the database and table every time. So create the database, create the tables, insert records. All these things will be done using a startup Python program. Startup Python program is a normal program also. Once that program is run, the database tables are all ready, then we will go to the main program. In the main program, we will show a menu to the user. The menu will have add products, edit products, delete products, bill, create bill, edit bill, view report, all such options. Then finally close the project. All these menus will be there. Whatever the user clicks, accordingly you will write a code. And it's always better to write the code in user defined functions. Don't write the coding in a continuous manner. It is very difficult for you to debug the code. When there is an error caused, if you don't use user defined functions, it will be very difficult for you to execute your program. So for add product, you create a separate function. For edit product, def edit product. For delete product, def delete product. Create separate functions for each and every functionality so that it will be easy for you to track your project. Okay. So first part, I will show you how to do this startup file. Okay. Now let's see how to create the database and the tables using a Python program. I've written the program and kept it ready. So first connect to MySQL and using the cursor object, I'm creating a database. If not exists, super. The database name I'm going to create is super, and use the database and create that first table. What is the first table? Product table. Create table. If not exists, product. What are the fields inside? Product ID. I've given character size 10, product name character size 30, then quantity character size 10. Quantity I'm going to store it as 100 grams, 2 liters, that way. So I've given it as character. Then unit price float. Okay, then the next thing, I'm going to insert some values, initial values. So inside the product table we have 4 fields: product ID, name, quantity and unit price. So I'm inserting the values required. Product ID P01. What is the name? Britannia Bourbon. And this is the quantity 40 grams and unit price is 10. So insert into product values some cake, bread, chocolate and all those things. I've added 6 records. Then after that I'm creating the second table. Create table. If not exists, bill. So what are the fields I'm going to do here? Bill number, which is an integer. Bill date is date data type. Then the name of the product. And product ID is not needed in the bill. Just the name is sufficient to be displayed. Then the quantity. Quantity here refers to the number of pieces purchased, number of items purchased. Then the price. Then amount. So once this is done, now we can start with the project. So for the first time, when you run your project in any computer for the first time, this program needs to be executed. It is only for the first time. After that, you need not touch this program at all. That's why we call it as a startup file. So now I'm going to run this. Okay, so the thing is done. Now I'll go to mysql and check if the tables are created. Show tables. So 2 tables are now created, bill table and product table. So we will first select star from products and check if the table is ready. See, whatever product I inserted is now ready. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use for my project. So next, once the product table is ready, now as of now the billing table I have not done. So first part of the project, now we will go to the main program, how to create the main program for our project. As of now, see, this is what I told you. We will never write any coding directly in MySQL. MySQL will just work in the back end. We will just open and check if our data is properly uploaded or edited at the back end. We will work only with the help of Python in the front end. Okay, so this program is ready. Now I'm going to write the coding for the next thing. Write the main program. Show a main menu to the user. So let's start with the main program where we will have a main menu. So how are we going to do that? As usual, first you have to do this Python connectivity. After that, coming on to the main program, I said we will create user-defined functions for adding the product, editing the product details and deleting the products. So I'm going to create def add product. This is my user-defined function. I'm just giving an empty print. I will add the code later. Def edit product. So any product need details to be edited, especially only the price will be edited. Then delete product. So 3 functions, user defined functions I will create. You cannot leave it empty, so I'm just giving one empty print statement. Now coming to the main program. So this is the main program which I'm going to write for my project. So what is the main program? I will first show the name of my project. Say for example, ABC Supermarket Private Limited, whatever you want to display first. Then show the main menu. add product. I'll give it as a multi-line menu. Number 2, edit product. Number 3, delete product. Number 4, create bill. Number 5, exit. I'm not going to give any option to edit the bill as of now. Let's make the project very simple. If you want, you can give edit bill option also. In that case, you can say make a change in the quantity. Suppose the user has purchased 5 pieces, but you gave by mistake 3 pieces, you can make the change. But as of now, I'm just giving create bill option. Okay. So now I will ask the user to enter the menu. So choice is int of input of press your choice or enter your choice. That will be the apt thing. Enter your choice. So I will ask the user to enter his or her choice, and if the choice is 1, suppose the user has pressed option 1, you have to call the function add product. Else, if the user wants to edit, then I will call, if it is choice 2, I'll have to call edit product. Edit product. Else, if the choice is 3, I will call delete product function. Suppose for choice number 4, I haven't created any bill thing, so I'm just giving if choice is equal to 5, break. And this one, this enter the choice and printing of this will be continuously displayed in a loop. So I will give a while true option. While true, continuously show these options, and printing of the name can be displayed outside the loop so that it will get displayed only once. I'll save this supermarket billing. Now I'll run this. So it says ABC Supermarket Limited, number 1, choice number 1 is add product, edit product, delete, create, exit. So if I press choice number 1, add product will be called. But the thing is, I've given only an empty print, so it is printing an empty line and again showing me the menu, right? So now we'll stop this and write the code for adding a product. Okay. So where is def add product? Here. Now what are you supposed to do in add product? You are going to add the details of a new product. What details are required for a product? Product ID, product name, quantity, unit price. So these things you are supposed to input from the user. So product ID is equal to input enter product ID. Product name is equal to input product. First, ask the user to type the details. Then quantity is equal to enter the quantity. Then unit price, I'll just give price is equal to, it's a float variable. So float of input of enter the price. So 4 inputs I've received. Now after doing this, I have to construct the query for inserting values. So query is equal to insert into product values. What are the values? These 4. Product ID, product name, quantity, price. Now I cannot give the name directly because this is a string. So I'm going to give this bracket here, so that I can use dot format. I've already taught about the syntax in Python MySQL connectivity. If you want, you can refer to that. For unit price, you need not give this quote, right? So with this, the insert gets over. Insert into product values, 4 values. 3 values are character data type, so I'm giving quotes. The fourth one is a float data type. I'm not giving any quotes. Dot format the variable name here, product ID, product name, quantity, price. So once the query is constructed, you can execute the query. Cursor dot execute query. Once this is done, print product added successfully. You have to give a message to the user that the product has been added successfully. Now we will run this and check if our product is getting added to the database successfully. Okay. Now the code for adding the product is ready. So let me run this program and check if it works well. So the main menu is shown. The choices are to add, edit and delete products. I'm first going to add a new product, right? So the product ID, I've already given 6 records. So I will give P06, P07. Then the product name, I'm going to add Amul butter, 100 grams, 90 rupees. So it says product added successfully, right? Now let me first check. I'll exit out of this. I'll press choice 5 and exit. I've also given a message called thank you. And when exit is pressed, we will have to close the connection. Okay, so you should give connection dot close. Now let me open MySQL and check if the product is now added. So I will first select start from product. See here P07 Amul butter 100 grams 90 rupees. So this is now added. So let me now check if the editing option is working well. Now I've added the code to edit the product. What option am I going to allow the user to edit? I will allow the user to edit only the unit price because the product name never changes. Product ID, I will ask the user to input and ask the user to type the new price. Then I've given the coding update product set unit price equal to whatever price the user types here. I will update that as a new price where product ID is the product ID entered by the user. So this product ID I'm going to update. Okay. After that I will execute the query and show the message that the product ID is edited successfully. Same way for delete product, I will ask the user to enter the product ID which is to be deleted, and I've given the command delete from product where prod ID equal to whatever the user types. Here I've given, okay. And I will execute this query and give the message saying product ID deleted successfully. And look at this. If the user types choice 5, that is to exit out of the program, I will give a thank you message and also close the connection. Okay, now I'll run this and check if edit product is working well. Choice 2, product is P07. What is the new price? Earlier I've given 190, now I'll give 110. So it says product ID edited successfully. Now I will check if it is really done. So yes, product ID P07 Amul butter 100 grams is now 110. Next, I will also check if delete product option is working well. So I'll give choice 3. What product ID I'm going to delete? P07, that is the latest one which I added Amul butter. Now I will close the connection and come out. Now I will once again check. Yes, the product ID P07 no more exists because I have deleted from the list, right? So the basic work is done. So maximum half an hour to 1 hour, most of your project work will be over. The product details part is over. Now the remaining part, billing part, may take a little bit longer time. Now you may feel that you may not remember the product IDs every time. So you can add another option saying show products. So if you just want to show the list of products, I will make it as choice 5. What are the products available in the supermarket? If you wish to see, I'm adding a new option called show products. So exit option, I will change it as choice 6. So choice 6, I will exit. If the choice is 5, if choice is equal to 5, I will give a method called show product. Okay, so what coding should I give here? I'll give def show product. This is very easy because we are just going to select and display. Okay, so construct the query, or you can directly even execute it. Cursor dot execute select star from product. Once this is done, you have to fetch all the records. Cursor dot fetch all records is equal to cursor dot fetch all. For every element in the record, print. If you simply print element, it will look in a tuple format. It will be shown in a tuple format. I'll show you. Show products. See, doesn't look good. This is not the way to get it displayed. If it's fine, then it's okay. Otherwise, you can remove this tuple option and show product name. If you want, you can add captions and show. Okay, but as of now, I think this is enough. If you want to show it in a proper format, you can even give some captions here. Product ID, the headings you can add here. So print product ID, product name, quantity, unit price at the top. So the choice is to show the products. The products get displayed also with the caption. If you want to give some alignment, I will show you next how to give an alignment, because it has to be printed in a proper format. So that also I'll show you. Maybe I'll discuss that when you create the bill. It will look proper. Okay. Exit. Thank you. Now we will see how to do the coding for billing. Okay. So elif if choice is equal to 4, bill. Okay, I will create a method called bill. So def bill, and I will start writing the coding to prepare the bill. So what are the things that are required for preparing the bill? We need bill number, bill date, the name of the product, quantity, price, amount. So bill number and bill date, you will input only once, but the product name, quantity, amount and all will be calculated every time. So you have to put it inside a loop. You should also ask the user whether he or she wants to add more products every time. So that should be put inside a loop. Okay, I will show you how to do it. Here I have given the coding to prepare the bill. So first, the first field is bill number. So I am going to generate the bill number automatically, because the user, that is the person who is doing the billing, he cannot remember the bill number previously typed sometimes. So we will give automatic generation of bill number. So first I'm going to get the maximum of bill number. Suppose the latest bill number is 112. When I say select max of bill number from bill, that 112 will be fetched here. So one record, the maximum, the highest bill number will be fetched. I will add 1 to it. Suppose I am running this project for the first time and there are no records in the bill table at all. So when you fetch the record, none will be returned because there is no record in the bill table. So the bill number will be 1. So I've assigned select max of bill number and fetch that record. If no record is fetched, bill number will be 1. Otherwise, bill number is bill number plus 1. I'm adding the bill number. Okay. Then the date, I've imported a function called from date time. I've imported date. this will automatically fetch today's date from the system. So I have given date dot today. This method will fetch the system date. So bill number and date we will automatically assign from the system. Now, what is this one? The product ID should be typed here. Then input the quantity. What is the first product? What is the quantity? Once the product ID is given, I have to fetch the product name and price from the product table. So I will type P01 and I will search for that P01's name and price from the product table. So I have given select product name comma unit price from product where product ID is equal to this one. So once that is fetched, I will assign the product name, price, also quantity into price. I will calculate the amount. Now I will insert the bill values into the bill table. What are the values? Bill number, date, product name, quantity, price, amount. So now if the user wants to add, suppose I purchase biscuit, then what is the second product? I will give a choice to say press 1 to add more products. Suppose I want to buy bread now. I will select the next item again, then the third item, then the fourth item. How many ever times the user presses, this program will continue. Suppose if I press some other option other than 1, which means I don't want to add more products, I want to stop. So I have purchased 5 products. Now I will press the choice as 2. So if the choice is not equal to 1, which means I don't want to add any more product, my billing is over. Now I will commit. Why? Because I need to insert the bill values permanently. After that, I will fetch the bill records from the table and print it on the screen. Otherwise, there is another option. You can have a list or a tuple where you can temporarily add all these records and show it here itself. You need not fetch it from the table at all. Right? Once you do this, print it on the screen. The bill number, bill date, and I'm going to print it in a tabular column format. So print product name, quantity, price, amount. Now, to print the records in a tabular column format, you need some proper spacing. For that, you can use this coding. See, again, I'm using dot format method. In dot format method, how many records am I going to print? 4. What are the 4 things? Product name, quantity, price, amount. 4 records. So, for that 4 records, I will set the field size. The product name size is 30. And what is this colon less than 30? This means I'm going to left align the product name. Quantity is a number, so it is right aligned. So you have to give greater than symbol, colon greater than 10. And this is again price, colon greater than 10. Whatever is the right alignment, give greater than symbol. Left alignment, less than symbol. Dot format, the element names. Now, I already told you the sum, that is the total bill amount, I am not storing anywhere. So, I am calculating the sum of all the amounts from the bill where this bill number is number 1 or number 2, whatever bill number. So, the total bill amount I am printing at last. Okay. Now, I have added another, another menu option called show bill. What is the show bill? Suppose you need to refer to a particular bill number, say bill number 125. You need to see what were the products purchased in bill number 125. Then press 125. You can fetch the bill details and show it on the screen. So I will also give some underline options to make it appear nicely. So to make it look very neat, I have given this dot format and this symbol. Okay. Now I'll run this and show you how this billing works. So I'm pressing choice 4 to create a bill. The product ID P01, quantity 12 numbers. Press 1 to add more products. P04, quantity is 6. 1 to add more products. P06, quantity is 10. Now it says press 1 to add more products, but I want to stop now, so I will press 2. See, once I press 2, the bill gets generated automatically. Bill number 2, because for trial purpose, I did bill number 1. So it is generating bill number 2 and date is today's date, 25/8/2024. The product name, quantity, price, amount, and the first product is Britannia Bourbon. Quantity is 12, price, amount. Dairy Milk Silk, lace, and the total bill amount is also getting displayed here. Now, I have not done any formatting here, and this lines select product name, comma, unit price, I just gave to printing for testing purpose. If my coding is working well, for that purpose I have given here, you can remove this coding. Now the choice is, I want to show the bill. Say for example, bill number 1, I want to print it and show what things were purchased in bill number 1. So for that I created a separate function. So I will press choice number 6. What is the bill number? Bill number 1. See, here I have given a proper formatting of billing. Bill number 1, bill date, product name, quantity, price, amount, everything is properly spaced. Now, first thing, to do this formatting, I have used dot format like this. See, for show bill method, I will ask the user to enter the bill number and select the records, fetch all the records. And for printing, here I have given underscore, continuous underscores, and here I have given some spacing for the headings. Then I have given another underline. Now, how to give proper spacing? I am going to display product name, quantity, price, amount, 4 things. So for that I have given 4 numbers. What is this number? 30 numbers, 30 characters. And this less than symbol will align the element to the left side. And this colon greater than 10 will align the quantity to the right side. Okay, so I have mentioned the size, that is the spacing for four things. That is product, quantity, this is for price, and this is for amount. So how many ever records you wish to display, give the formatting properly, then use dot format and give the elements one by one separated by commas. At the end I have given another underline. Then fetch the total bill amount. For bill printing the bill amount, the spacing is 65 spaces. Now I wish to say one more thing. Even if you use such formatting, your screen will not display the bill in a proper format. For that, you need to use fonts like Courier New. Why? Because in the other font sizes, the size of space and the size of an alphabet will be different. So according to the length of your name, product name or other things, your sizing will get displayed. It will not come in a straight line. But if you use font like Courier New, then your spacing will be perfect. So even if you type this format, it will not work well if you have any other font other than Courier New. Okay, so this is how you add records to a bill and also print the bill. I will show you one more time and print another bill number. Okay, see, this is editing option. Now I'll show the bill using choice number 6. This is bill number 2. Choice number 6, bill number 1. See, so how many ever bills you wish to see, you can show that. So any tabular column format, follow the syntax which I have given here in this coding. Okay, this one. You can take a screenshot of this and use it, right? So with this, we complete this project video. So I have given you a tip for the basic essentials that are required for your project. This is more than enough for your project. Apart from this, you can add other options like edit bill. Then you can have a password. Before editing the bill, you can ask for a password. Before deleting a product, you can prompt the user for a password. You can calculate GST. You can calculate discounts. You can add customer's phone number during billing. So the rest of the things, how to develop your project, is in your hands. Okay. So whatever project you are following, let's come back to the things like options like add, edit, delete products, create bill, edit bill. And options like view reports and charts I have not added here. If you wish, you can add that also. And this is how I wrote the code. For each option I've given separate user defined functions using def statement, def add product, def edit product. This is how you have to do. Finally, debug and test your code if it is working well. Next, we will move on to the documentation part. Once your project gets over, take out a new Word document, and in the first page, you have to give your project title, your school name on top. Okay, first your school name and logo, then give your project title. You can also design a nice logo for your project. Then done by, the student detail, roll number is very important, exam roll number, class and section, academic year. After this, the second page will contain the certificate. For the text that is required for the certificate, you can get from internet. This is to certify that this project is the original work done by student name, roll number, and all that will be mentioned here. Even if it is a group project, the documentation has to be done separately by each student. This content will be the same, but the student detail, that is the roll number and the name of the student, it has to be individually done for every student. Every student will have a separate project report. You cannot submit it as a group one. Okay, you can do the project as a group work, but submit the documentation individually with your name. Okay, then in the certificate, below the certificate, you will type the name of the internal examiner. External examiner, just give the caption and the principal's name and sign and seal at the bottom. Then give the acknowledgement to express your gratitude to your teacher, your family, your friends, principal, management, whoever has supported for you to complete the project. Give the acknowledgement. Then give the hardware and software requirements. What kind of hardware do you require? How many GB of RAM? What is the processor required? All those details in hardware. In software, what is the version of Python that you've used, mysql version, whatever software you've used, give that. Then about the project, give the title as about the project. Give the aim of your project. What are you going to solve using this project? Then describe how your project works. What are all the options you have given? Write it as a paragraph. Then future scope. What are the other options that can be added in future? What are the advancements that can be added in your existing project that you can give in future scope? Then they give the table design. What are the tables available? In a tabular column, type the field name. What is the data type? What is the size? Is there any primary key, foreign key? Whatever design you have done, give the table design. All the tables that you have created for the project. Then copy the source code, the entire Python program. Both your startup file can also be given, source code for startup file, source code for main program. You can copy and paste it. Copy from Python and paste it in Word. Give the entire source code. Then the output. Now when you run the Python project, for option 1 will show you add product option. So whatever you type, once the product is added, take a screenshot of it. Then for edit product option, take a screenshot. For delete product option, take a screenshot. For billing, take a screenshot. For showing the bill option, for report option, whatever options you have given, for each and every option output, take a screenshot, print the screen and paste it in Word. So you have to give an elaborate detail of your project output, or you can even copy and paste it from Python output also, but a screenshot would look better. Okay, then finally bibliography. So what were the books, what were the websites which you referred to create the project, that you can give. So this is the final documentation. So I hope this session will be useful for you. All the very best. Doing a project is actually very easy. So don't go and find free source code from internet or just copy paste your project. Doing a project is very, very essential to sharpen your programming skills. Creating a project is not at all a big deal. It is very, very easy. Trust me, do the project on your own. Don't copy anything from internet. Try it on your own. It is actually very easy. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you.